What is up, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube? You're with Budgetmonk, and this is a little cheeky video here. Just like in the title says, guys, this is a huge spoiler for my Knights playthrough, and just keep that in mind that if you're not caught up to date, then and you intend to watch that series, then you probably shouldn't watch this. I just want to say that I'm in a blue box. I don't have access to my usual setup, but I did want to pump out a cheeky video here. And I know that many of you don't have the time or the intention to watch that series, and I just thought what had gone down here is worth more maybe than the sort of 2,000 views I would get. I'm going to be chucking down, throwing you guys a cheeky tip and pointer here, so it's not just me gloating and showing off of my game. But with that being said, check this out. I am the nation of Jerusalem, and we began as the Knights HosPUtaller. It's the 1732. So as you can see here, doing pretty well. You got just under 100 years to conquer the world. A lot of the world to go. I did set out to conquer the world as well as form Jerusalem. But what you can't see here is my diplomacy. So as you guys can see, I have 7 diplomatic relations. But if you look closely, I'm 1 over my diplomatic relations. Every single one of them is a personal union. Crazy game. 7 PUs. I'm 92% of the way integrating France and 31% of the way integrating Spain, and that's going to be big for me. But yeah, look at that. Literally all of my diplomacy is PUs. Hungary, Austria, France, Spain, Portugal, Great Britain, and Scandinavia, all in personal unions. Hilariously awesome, man. This game, sometimes when it rains it pours, but sometimes you're lucky one time, dude. One time you're lucky. This is a crazy game, and with that being said, that because of the fact that I've recorded each and every moment via a series, the proof is in the pudding that all of this was done legitimately. There was no save scumming, anything like that. So I'm a little bit proud of myself, but some of you might be thinking, how was this possible? And that's where we're going to go on to sort of the tip aspect of this video. We did begin the game as the Knights. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Knights are a monastic order, and there are 3 monastic orders in the game, at least that I know of. I believe that's all of them. The Knights, the Teutonic Order, and the Livonian Order. Now, the monastic order, in my opinion, is an extremely strong government type. Its biggest downfall is that it is locked to duchy rank, but it is very strong in my opinion. One of the aspects of the monastic order is that you can choose a ruler. Anytime your legitimacy is in question, you don't have an heir, you can choose your heir. And if you look closely at the options, they are not always the same. And there are some options, including which become available later, usually at a later date, which is a foreign noble. And if you look closely at the text of a foreign noble and you mouse over it, it's going to actually tell you if or whose dynasty that heir belongs to. So unfortunately, you cannot do any crazy shenanigans where you can change your dynasty and PU people, because on monastic order, government type cannot get a royal marriage. But what you can do is, once you have an heir of a particular nation that you're happy and satisfied with, you can change your government type, and you will now share that dynasty. So in my case, I did a sort of border Castile in North Africa or Spain, and I was able to take the dynasty in which I will mispronounce, the Tristamara dynasty, and therefore I was able to PU him. Now I did get really lucky because by some miracle Spain PU'd France, and therefore when I was able to PU him at a later date because we shared dynasty, I was able to get both. And the rest of the PUs were just crazy. Some very skill based because I'm the best. Obviously, I'm at least the best, but I'm such a humble guy that I'd never say something like that. And others, some luck was involved, but mostly skill, right? You guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, I seriously think that the government type is kind of underrated. You have to be careful because a lot of you guys are probably thinking like, I could play Prussia from the Teutonic Order and also have the same dynasty as a powerful nation. There are a little bit of issues, including your dynasty often The option is like Merzovia or something like this, which will not always exist. They will be integrated and disappear, which is weak. And also small nations that you border, sometimes like Mecklenburg or Pomerania, are going to be available options. So it can be quite difficult. Also, your enemies, like Poland, typically are not available as options, but it can be quite difficult to actually manage the situation. And you might find yourself where you could already form Prussia and you want that good Prussian government type. Um, but it's worth considering maybe pushing that back for the opportunity to PU or somebody at a later stage of the game. But I did want to drop that nugget of wisdom, guys. And one more thing is that you also have another option for a local noble. And what you might find is that if you take the local noble option, it is going to be the same dynasty. And sometimes you have a foreign noble to where it is another dynasty if you have already established a neighboring dynasty. Something to keep in mind. But this was just a quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see all the PU shenanigans, make sure to watch the entire series, I suppose. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.